Valorant, the game where everybody thinks they're better than they actually are. A game where screaming children, e-dating in pre-lobbies and barking for guns is a given. You'll find it all on Valorant. A game where your status in match is dictated by your willingness to be your team's skin vending machine. Valorant is a game disguised as a social experiment to see how much money you can ask for a single skin. But the skins are so cool. Listen to these sound effects. Take my money now. But listen, you're a true gamer. You don't want to play unrated or swift play. You want to have every rank that is above your current one. And I'm the first one to tell you that you'll probably never reach it. For the vast majority of the player base is in silver, so you probably too. But let's say you're plat. Let's say you actually want to try instead of saying you do. Warming up for at least half an hour before playing, choosing one of 3 coaches you'll watch every video of, but not taking in any info from them. The e-boy coach, the queen coach, or the banana coach. And you might ask yourself why you don't pay money for one, but then you remember that you spent $120 on the new skin bundle instead of buying food for yourself. Why do you do this? Nobody knows, but you still do. But this is the last time, okay? But consistency and dedication is key, and you will slowly see yourself climb the ladder you first thought to be impossible, until you don't, because warming up is boring and playing 12 games a day on a losing streak is your idea of being smart. It's the crosshair, it's the agent, it's the map, it's your teammates, it's the elo, it's the enemy smurf, but it's definitely not you who hasn't even taken the time to review one VOD of yourself. Valorant! Waking up sweating thinking about how you didn't hit a single shot on that fellow who had his back turned to you is the way the cookie crumbles, and it'll crumble just as hard as your relationship with everybody else who isn't playing this game. Family dinners, eating healthy, reading a book, finding out the meaning of life while walking through the forest, smelling the flowers. What is this even? Can you buy me a gun, Kejo, please? The game where your bottom frag Reyna is buying an operator not to shoot at the enemy team, but to give to the enemy team. And it's all after you accused her of not knowing what she's doing to then not buy her a gun when she's actually asking really nicely and you're drowning in cash. Team morale already was thin to begin with, but not as thin as your trust and confidence in your team, even though we hadn't even left pre-lobby yet. Install up Duelist to tell others to play smokes and fill smoke so you feel like if you're losing you can blame everybody but yourself.
I'm not a noob, alright?
Because you picked Omen since this map needs smokes, but you're multiple ranks below even Ascendant, so roles don't even matter to you in your elo. But you're so bad with Omen, you could have better just picked a hero that has no abilities at all, since at least then it wouldn't have distracted you with your monkey go smoke up the point that helps the enemy team more than it helps us. Just communicate when you're flashing, you dummy dum-dum. It's one of the very few highly competitive games where cheaters are so rare because you knowingly installed a kernel access anti-cheat software made by a company that's owned by another company that's owned by an authoritarian regime waiting to access all your data when people least expect it. But at least no one is wall hacking in your video game, am I right, fellas? It's like a toxic relationship because you'll keep coming back and lose all your money to something that's actually ruining your life. But clutching feels so goddamn good. And that power trip you feel when somebody asks to bark for your expensive skin makes you realize how that bully must have felt in middle school. It's Valorant and damn, there isn't room for anything else. Bam, boom, slam. You're done for, but he's hacking for sure. And I'm never gonna play this game again. Riku! Cause you reset your mental. You will win. You will be loving. You will be the best teammate. Let's say hi in pre-lobby.
Shut the fuck, you.
Valorant! A game that if you hear somebody saying that every game they're in is toxic, it says more about them than anyone else. Because you can remember games where there's a guy that has the best comms you've heard in a while, but there will be someone on your team that will find a way to spin it into us losing because he talked too much. And then you look at the crosshair placement of the guy who's complaining and it looks like someone who's searching for their keys after they get fragged when playing Phoenix while running into a 1v5 full site with its abilities untouched. Yes, no, mom, I'm fine. Win the first round to buy no shield Vandal as Razor the second and die instantly after your filled satchels to get right-clicked by the enemy, who has now a good chance to win on their save. But you have no idea of anything that has to do with anything that requires even an inkling of game sense, since the only sense you care for is the one you're changing every other game, and you still unironically ask yourself why your aim is so inconsistent. Valorant! It's the medium to out all your daddy issues in, and then someone else will get really satisfied when they report you and get a message that they kept the community safe from someone like you the next time they put the game. A game where communication is so important, but for some or another reason you can have games go along where it looks like you could better be talking to avoid. It's frustrating. It's everything bad you've ever felt, but stopping isn't something you do. Except for everything else in your life that isn't called Valorant. I'm never gonna play this game again is what you say, but you've never lied as hard to yourself before. Valorant! The game that makes you realize the world needs someone to talk to even more than you do. And the few seconds of your day you're not playing Valorant is spent watching Valorant streamers, YouTubers, and TikToks. And even though 15 hours of your day is spent on a video game, you still bottom frag in your silver games. Your entire existence is nothing else than shooting while putting your mouse down. It's like a cult, because all your friends who aren't playing will see what it's doing to you. They'll warn you, they'll feel sorry for you, and when they'll see your internet history, they'll fear you. But you're too far gone, and somewhere deep inside you, you know this to be true. But just like the worst addictions, there's no way out, because you will only stop after you hit Radiant, which will be never. Good luck, have fun is what you say in all chat, but it won't have any meaning when you're trash talking the only healer in your game. You'll know you're too deep the moment you start turning your face in real life from flashes thrown at the person you're spectating. And if you don't think this will happen to you, then buddy, you haven't played long enough. So queue up, bottom frag, say GG, and do it all over again, because you're playing You didn't understand how people could talk so bad about League of Legends while the only game they're ever playing is League of Legends, but now you do because you play Valorant.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And your wallet, because for some or another reason, somewhere deep inside the headquarters of Riot, some monetization expert thought it to be a good idea to punish the players that spend the most money with a currency called Radianite. We haven't even started talking about Radianite, because buying skin packs for 120 Washingtons isn't even good enough these days, since you'll need another currency to even get the cool effects you bought the skins for. But don't you worry, because the battle pass is only 10 Washingtons and it's filled with stuff you don't care for and Radianite. But not enough to unlock all the variants of your skin, so you go and see how much it will cost to just buy the Radianite altogether, and you will stare with your mouth open at the screen when you realize it's literally 310 dolans. And for once in your life, you are jealous at the person who hasn't bought a single skin, since they have more Radianite to feed 10 families. And you say to yourself very convincingly, you will never buy any Radianite ever, but then you remember you said the same thing about buying a single night skin for the price you could buy a AAA game for that 2,000 people have worked on for 8 years straight. But nobody tells you what to do, because you already bought the new skin set and the battle pass. Mom must be proud. At least if you ever spoke to her, she would. But not remotely as proud as you will be when you top frag carry your team for once in your life. You'll cherish this moment forever. It'll fuel your ego for at least 15 games to come. Even though when your tracker stats are visualized into a graph, it would look like something a late in the game crypto enjoyer got his heart attack from.
And I pretty much lost most of everything.
Valorant is what you scream at your PC when you keep getting fragged all the time, while you blame your ping and your teammate who's not trading you. Even though you're battle sage flanking to the other side of the map while your team is fighting for their life trying to hold side. Valorant. And we're not even done yet, because you'll never reach the rank you think you deserve. It's because Icebox is out of rotation. It's because Reyna insta-locked, but it's definitely not because you keep filling with such a diverse set of agents. It would make the new Marvel movie proud. You, my guy, are HARDSTUCK gold, not because Riot has a loser's queue, but because you have a loser's mentality, and it's showing. You say Haven is unbalanced because it has 3 sides, but during that game, the only thing you're doing is listening to music in the background while you muted your entire team. Just communicate the goddamn guy you see walking onto sides, you goddamn idiot. Sorry. Queue up at random, since the problem now is that you're solo queuing to then play even worse with someone else to then alt F4 the game faster than XQC can speak a sentence. We are gaming, but you're not, because you're getting hard watching Average Jonas getting all these lineups and asking yourself why you're not as good as he is. But the thing you're forgetting is that this guy literally plays in customs for hundreds of hours shooting darts at walls. But I can already feel you want to play some more Valorant, so just scroll down, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.